Counselor at Anglicare. My name is Bert, and today I'd like to share with you some issues around about credit. Okay, so without further ado, let me share this screen and we'll talk a bit about that PowerPoint presentation. So what is credit? So credit particularly is to do with getting goods or services without paying for it up front. Okay, and here are some examples. Personal loans, car loans, credit cards and store accounts, power and phone utilities, and hire purchase, and mortgages. So let's talk about some utilities and let's look at some examples. There is Aurora Energy here in Tasmania. It used to be the only energy company that provided electricity to your house, but now there's another one that's called First Energy. There is Test Water, if you have to pay for water, that is. And there's also Test Gas, if you get a gas bill. And here's some examples of communication utilities. Foxtel, Ostar, Telstra, and the NBN Internet. Now let's look at some charges. And we'll start with Telstra. So if you've got a $50 a month payment arrangement with Telstra, you also got the internet on, which is another $50 a month. And then maybe you got a landline as well, which is $30 a month. The total amount you have to pay Telstra each and every month is $130 a month. Now, if you are entitled to a 10% discount, if you've got a healthcare card, you would pay only $117 a month. And the way that's worked out is that 1% of $130 is $1.30, 10% is $30, and so you deduct 13 from 130, and that gives you $117. Now, there are some pitfalls to do with interest-free periods and small loan. Let's look at Nimble. Nimble is a typical little loan company that gives loans up to $2,000. Okay? The catch is that there is an establishment fee, which is 20% of the principal. And there's also a monthly loan fee, which is 4% of the principal. And we'll talk a bit more what principal means in a minute. The question is, what will be the total cost if you borrow $1,600 to buy a new fridge? So the principal amount, that is the amount that you borrow. So the principal amount is $1,600. The loan establishment fee is 20% of that $1,600, which is $320. And then there's the monthly loan fee of 4% of the amount that you borrowed. So 4% of $1,600 is $64. But we're going to borrow that $1,600 over a 12-month period. That's $768. Can you see how it starts adding up? So if you add all three amounts together, you get to $2,688. Almost, well, it's actually more than $1,000 extra on top of the $1,600 you borrowed goes on establishment fees and monthly loan fees. So if you think that's too much money and you want to borrow a lesser amount and you go to another company that offers loans like that, you can go to cash converters. Now, how much would it cost to buy a $1,000 bar fridge over a 12-month period from cash converters? Their establishment fee is 20% as well, as is the monthly fee is also 4%. So we borrow $1,000. The establishment fee is 20% of $1,000, which is $200. And the monthly fee of 4% of the principal of the $1,000, but it goes over 12 months. So it's $40 times 12 is $480. So the total amount is $1,680. Now let's talk a bit about Afterpay. That's interesting. That's gaining in strength. A lot of people use it because it seems so convenient that you buy now and you pay it back over four payment sessions. Okay. So let's pretend you're a girl and you see a lovely dress for $80 and you decide to buy that using Afterpay. Now Afterpay will split the purchase into 4 installments, and the first installment is due at the time of purchase, and the remainder every fortnight thereafter. The catch is that if you miss a payment, you have to pay a $10 fee, and if you don't make that repayment within a week, there will be another $7 on top of that. So this is hypothetical, you know, the initial payment, for instance, and let's say you bought that on the 1st of October. So there's your $20, okay? The second payment is a fortnight later, and you can't make that $20 payment, but you will catch it within a week. So there's a $10 extra charge on top of the 20, makes it $30. The third payment, again, fortnight later, $37, but actually it's not in a fortnight later, it's actually more like almost 3 weeks later that you pay. So you get the $10 a charge on top of that, plus the $7 because you haven't paid that back within 1 week. So that's the $37. And the fourth payment, you know, is almost 3 weeks later as well. And that is another $37. So the total payment is $124, bearing in mind that the dress only cost you $80. The difference goes into charges, so late payment fees mainly. Okay. There's a rider there. You notice an asterisk behind that total payment. Now, that was the case before 2018, 2 years ago. Since 2018, they've put a cap on the late payment fees because you know, the charges were getting ridiculous. You know, people were almost paying twice as much as what they were, you know, what the dress cost in the first place. So the cap is that late payment fees will not exceed 25% of the purchase price. But it's only on orders between $40 and $272. Now, don't ask me why they derive at those two amounts, but that's the way it is. So, in this case, if you bought that dress after 2018, the late payment fees would only work out to 25% of $80, which is $20. So, it's reasonable. So $80 plus $20, you would have paid $100 for an $80 dress. And here's some hints and tips to keep more money in your pocket. Use a debit card instead of a credit card. Buy a prepaid mobile phone, and I'm sure some of you have got that. Get Aurora to install a prepaid meter, or set up a fortnightly direct debit payment. If you're getting Centrelink, you can do that through Centerpay. Okay? You can share your Netflix with a friend and maybe go halves. Purchase household goods on Gumtree. And sometimes people offer things for free. And if you're again on a Centrelink benefit, you can purchase white goods using a nails salon. NILS is an acronym that stands for No Interest Loan Scheme. I hope you enjoy this. There will be more to come in the coming weeks. And thank you for listening. Goodbye.